everyone. So I fell a little behind. I just started school. I am officially a level 3 nursing student. How exciting, right? I already did my orientation, my dosage exam. Thank God I did super well. And I already got checked off on my first skill today. Isn't that crazy? I've just gone to class 2 days. Anyways, so let's go ahead and try to catch up. I want to go ahead and talk over some of the key points from chapter 14 and 15 of Proverbs. So chapter 14 gives us a foundation of how to build our house, how to be a wise person, a wise woman. I'm a woman. It says, a wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands the foolish one tears hers down. A fool's mouth lashes out with pride, but the lips of the wise protect them. The wisdom of the prudent is to give thought to their ways, but the folly of fools is deception. There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death. I feel like you can connect all of those verses together into how to build your life, the people that surround her. So it says here that the fool's mouth lashes out with pride. What is pride? Pride is basically always thinking that you're right. And that is something that I struggle with, even though I am right 99% of the time. That is something that you have to watch out for. That's what the word is telling us, that a fool's mouth lashes out with pride. A fool's mouth lashes out with ego, right? So it's no longer like you can start like being in an argument with your spouse, with your significant other, with your family member, a friend, whoever it is, and your pride might want to get a hold of you and say, oh no, you're right, so you have to keep on arguing. And it says here that a fool's mouth lashes out with pride, but the lips of the wise protect them. And it continues on saying that the wisdom of the prudent is to give thought to their ways, to think about what comes out of your mouth, to think about the next decision, the thing that you're going to do. And then it says here that there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. So it might appear to be right to us, but it doesn't mean that that's correct. Most of the time, we think that we're right and we're not. If we remember in the beginning of Proverbs, it talks about that saying, to not lean in our own understanding, but to lean on God's understanding. And that's what this verse is reminding me, because this is basically saying that we can't trust our own understanding because we're going to think that we're right and we're not. And that's what leads us into the path of death, or into the path of arguments, or into the path of destruction of our own foundation, of our own life. And it continues saying, it is a sin to despise one's neighbor, but blessed is the one who is kind to the needy. All hard work brings profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. So what this is saying is that it is great to have a fantastic idea, but if you're just talking about it, but not acting upon it, then it means nothing, right? It says here that it leads only to poverty. Why? Because you're just talking about it and you're not acting upon it. You're not being proactive. That might be because of fear, that might be because of doubt, but if you have something that the Lord has given you, you just have to act upon it. Stop talking about it and just act. Like the commercial said, right? Just do it. The other portion is, whoever fears the Lord has a secure fortress, and for their children it will be a refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death. Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered displays folly. When calamity comes, the wicked are brought down, but even in death, the righteous seek refuge in God. What that verse is telling me is that in all times, whether it be good or bad, in your highs or in your lowest, you have to seek God. It says here, even in death, the righteous seek refuge to meaning that who else can we turn to but him? Having that mentality, instead of turning to other things, our response should be turning to him, because he is our rescue. He is our refuge, according to what this is saying. Chapter 15 then starts to focus more on what comes out of our mouth. And it starts saying that a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. A tongue of the wise adorns knowledge, but the mouth of the fool gushes folly. The soothing tongue is a tree of life, but a perverse tongue crushes the spirit. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, but the hearts of the fools are not upright. Better a little with the fear of the Lord than a great wealth with turmoil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Those who disregard discipline despise themselves, but the one who heeds correction gains understanding. Wisdom's instruction is to fear the Lord, and humility comes before honor. So here, if you realize, it's really focusing on what comes out of our mouth. Again, we have from our mouth is the power of life and death. You can build someone up, or you can completely destroy them simply by what comes out of your mouth. And here it says that the soothing tongue is a tree of life. That if you're speaking something soothing, something positive to someone, they might be having a super crappy day, but you start saying something positive to them, that can completely change their lives. That can completely change their attitude. And it says here that the lips of the wise spread knowledge. And I like how it actually starts, that a gentle answer turns away wrath. It's kind of like the saying that we hear all the time, kill them with kindness. And it's actually very true. It's biblical that a gentle answer turns away wrath. If you respond with a gentle answer to a very, very negative offense, you're going to have those people kind of confused, like, oh, they didn't react in the way that I was expecting. And then you actually start making them feel bad to an extent, because they're like, oh, I kind of feel crappy now because they didn't get me back. But the whole point is this last verse that pretty much puts it all together. It says, wisdom's instruction, so wisdom is instructing us this, to fear the Lord. And humility comes before honor. If we go back to chapters 1 and 2 and 3, the beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord. And again, the fear of the Lord is acknowledging God in all aspects of our lives, putting him at the center of our lives. So I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for chapter 16.